housing direct to you. Visit windowworksofchattanooga.com.
Watch me, J. Hud, weekdays at 3 on Local 3.
You know, I think if you ask most people, they would say that they feel a lot better when their lives are in order. There's nothing like a sink full of clean dishes or whatever, you name it. The refrigerator's nice and clean. So Jay and Brittany Hagy are here once again with Allon Planning Partners, and your topic really today is peace of mind.
Yes.
And that probably looks a little bit different for all of your clients, because what brings peace of mind to one is different than another.
Absolutely, and what we've seen a lot this year is there's been a lot of uncertainty, whether it's in our economy, political schemes, like a lot of stuff. You know, it's been a new election at the end of last year into this year, whether it's tariffs or taxes or the tax bill that just got passed. There's been a lot of changing. So anytime there's uncertainty and change, it's going to cause a little bit of reaction, right? The market in April went way down. It came straight back up, right? Hopefully not everyone listening panic sold and did that, right? And so it's really saying, how can we, even in uncertain times, create certainty and create peace? And we found through holistic planning and through the 5 areas that we touch in financial planning that you can really create plans that create peace. And that's what we're trying to do. Okay,
so Brittany, I want to throw this out before we get too deep into the conversation, because even when our time here is over, y'all have a book that you wrote that is a great resource for people to kind of be that bedtime reading to remind you of these things.
We do. It's called the Allon Approach, and it talks about purpose-based planning, and it lays out those 5 components that Jay just referred to and what a complete financial plan actually is. And what we have come to realize with folks is that it's really this uncertainty and this fear that robs their peace of mind. And it really can be solved pretty simply if we are just addressing some of these key concepts, things like actual tax planning, things like estate planning and looking ahead to how you're wanting to leave a legacy, your actual investment strategy, income, how you're going to create income in retirement. Those are a few of the core pieces, and when those are solved, or when you have solutions for, hey, here's how I'm proactively engaging these areas, that really brings consistent peace of mind. So yes, each family is impacted differently, but that is a standard across the board, that when folks have these, okay, I've done my part, I've done the planning, I've actually have a strategy to get where I want to be, and it's not haphazard, it's not how I feel the day of, but it's very strategic and planned out. That brings that peace of mind.
Well, before we came on air, we were talking about road trips, right?
Yeah.
And could you imagine we're trying to go to Arizona and we just get on 75 or whatever interstate and we just start driving without a plan, right? Because we want to be in Arizona, but if we just get on the interstate, which is, a lot of times what folks do in a good way in their investments, your 20s, you're in your 30s, you just start getting on the interstate. You just start investing.
Okay, I do want to remind people, those 20s and 30s, you will see them.
That's absolutely right.
You're not a retiree only group.
We want to help them get GPSs early, right, for their road trip. We want to make sure that they have all the things and all the tools in their tool belt for success, even as they're just getting on the interstate, right, to start their trip.
So, every time when they're here, any guest is here, we sit down for a second, and I'll always say, okay, what do you want to talk about today? That's how, right? Isn't that what we always say on camera? Because if I just sat down and began telling you what I thought was on my brain, it wouldn't work. So that's probably how you are in the office when people come to see you for the first
100%.
time. You've got to ask them 1,000 questions to then know who they are.
Absolutely
and that's really how these consultations, how these appointments are conversations with folks. That's all it is. It's us asking questions. Some folks come and they're like, or they're hesitant to come because they're like, I don't even know what questions to ask. That is okay. That is why we're here. We have a process that we guide folks through to be able to glean information from them to help them determine, okay, here are the pieces I need to be really considering. Here are the things I need to think about and have a plan.
You don't have to know all the questions to ask.
Well, and with the minute I have left, does that then bring that trust that you need? Because they might come in nervous initially, but when they leave, do they feel like, okay, they kind of are figuring out who I am. Now I can have that peace of mind.
That should be the result,
That's
right?
the goal.
Is because we want to do purpose-based planning, like Brittany said, that gets to the goal of whoever we're sitting in front of. Whether you're in your 20s or you're in your 60s, right? And my goal is I want to retire in 3 years, or my goal is, hey, I would like to think I could retire in 20, 30 years from now, right? How do I actually make that happen with all components of financial planning. And we try to bring peace around that.
Okay, so there are multiple ways you can reach them. Obviously, you can go online. You can also give them a call. If you're interested in getting the book, do they get that at the office?
Absolutely.
Okay, they're right there on East Brainerd Road, 315-1441, allonplanning.com. Thanks.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
At our showroom, you can see the latest designs of tiles and cabinets that can bring your vision to life.